what's going on, Dallas, Fort Worth? This is Dwayne down here at Rock Tacos and Spark Sports Bar in North Richland Hills. Where you guys at back there?
What's going on?
So, man, tonight I'm joined with Billy from Eagle 97. I got Joseph here with Out Come the Wolves. Man, we got a big show coming up this next week out at the Longhorn Ice House with Messer Sanction and Out Come the Wolves.
It's going to be awesome.
Man, so, Joseph, what have you guys been up to, man?
Working hard, writing all year, recording all year, releasing a single 2 weeks ago, one and the same. We've been rehearsing for this show, and the guys are up to speed, putting a lot of hard work behind the scenes at your complex, by the way.
Sounds great,
we
by the
thank
way.
you.
Man,
We thank you.
You guys put everything on tape, so we can see it all.
Oh, yeah. We record every practice, actually.
It's fantastic.
Like a football team, right?
That's
you,
right.
You see the dirty work on Monday.
Yeah.
We grade each other out, so.
So you guys got the mirrors in there performing and
No
stage
mirrors.
presence?
I'm vain enough, so they said no mirrors.
I feel you. If you guys had mirrors all over the place, y'all wouldn't get anything
They're,
done.
they're practicing at Platinum Music Complex, not North Richland Hills Ballet Recital. No, they're at the best, man. No
Sometimes
mirrors.
you need mirrors, though. You need to see how that guitar's sitting. You need to see how certain clothes are fitting, because all that matters in rock and roll.
Yeah,
you know
there
what
you
I
go.
mean? So,
Image is everything.
yeah, I mean, it's part of it, that's for sure.
Absolutely. So, man, we're excited about this big show coming up at the Longhorn Ice House. This is our first one at the Platinum Music Complex doing the booking. Man, we just thank Nick for giving us the opportunity to start booking bands over here. We got some killer shows coming up for the rest of this year. 2025 is looking really promising. I'm not gonna drop any names right now, but we got some big guys coming in town. Man, I want to thank Billy. Billy hooked me up with Nick over there at the Longhorn Ice House. And man,
How about that venue?
dude, this place is phenomenal. If you guys have not been out there, you have no idea what you're missing. It's one of the nicest venues. Not even in Dallas, Fort Worth. It's one of the nicest ones I've ever been in, just to be honest.
No, listen, the Longhorn Ice House, the old Mercado Juarez in Dallas, right in front of the old Dallas city limits on West Northwest Highway, just west of I-35. If you're familiar with Dallas, like heading towards Las Colinas, listen, the bottom line is he tore it down to the studs. He built it back up, and there's a story behind it because his wife and him owned the
All right,
lodge.
here he goes. He's going to tell the story.
No, I'm going to tell the story. It's a great story. It's a reason why it's the nicest venue in North Texas.
You guys listen.
So Nick started off with Caligula back in the day, and owned many businesses.
That one burnt down.
Yeah, five stars across everything he's ever done. Nick is the best person. He's like Telly Savalas. I love you, baby. He actually has that phrase on the door on his way out. But
And he always tells Billy that he talks too much.
He's right. I got to give it to him. He says it with a smile. So Nick owned the lodge, and the
Lodge is the old Dallas City Limits.
the old Dallas city limits, and him and his wife decided to part ways. Guess mad respect. They were in their older years. He wanted to do something different. So guess what he did? He went ahead and decided to buy the building right in front of the lodge.
In the parking lot.
And the parking lots around her building. And then he tore it down to the studs, and he built out the most beautiful music venue in all of North Texas.
100%.
It's literally like going into a Vegas showroom, isn't it?
It really is.
The lighting, the outfitting, the floors, the bar staff, the bar itself. It's 20,000 square feet, 800 person limit on how many people can come in. Occupancy, 3,000 square foot patio. You can go out.
And a 2,000 square foot green room for the bands.
For the bands, easy
we
load in,
love
easy
that.
load out. Great sound. Again, you can have a beautiful venue, but not have the right sound. He's got a great engineering
sound is
booth.
phenomenal.
And so long story short is what we did with him was we did the encore Friday nights with 97.1 The Eagle, and never heard of that. What we chose to do is I tried to tell Nick he needed this venue to be rock and roll, and he couldn't really buy into it right away. So I said, how about we do 10 bands every 2 weeks, and we call it Encore Friday Night. They get 3 songs, their best 15 minutes, like an encore, and let's just give it a run and see if it sticks. And he goes, okay, baby. Let's try. And and you were out there our first
We were the
run.
first one, yeah.
That's
and
cool.
Yep.
and we had 10 bands. It's rapid fire live music. He bought into it, and we had a lot of support. I mean, along the way, we had rock stars of tomorrow out in Frisco. We had some folks at the School of Rock, but we had a lot of local bands that were not getting the opportunity to play out, and that was the cool thing about it.
Absolutely.
Is that they realized that they could play out live. The Curtain Club's gone.
Right.
There's no venue that has any size that allows this. And for 5 months, we've done that. We had 70 local bands play live at Encore Friday, and Eagle 91.7 has bought into it. That gave me the opportunity to introduce you to Nick, tell you about the venue, and that Out Come the Wolves and Platinum Music Complex already had a relationship. I had no idea. You guys met each other completely separate from us, and then we come full circle with this show with Messer Sanction and Out Come the Wolves next Friday at Longhorn Ice House, and you just got to check it out, longhornicehouse.com. You can go to Platinum Music on Facebook and see it. You can go to Out Come the Wolves on Facebook and see it. You can hear some of this music. These three bands together are going to be absolutely incredible. But more than anything,
Wonderful.
Opens at 7 o'clock. Tables, scratch kitchen, eat your food, have affordable drinks,
Play some pool.
play some pool, watch. I mean, there's 49 TVs. There's a 40-foot video wall behind the stage. I mean, it's just
Nice.
ridiculous. And so I'm excited that you jumped in. You're going to be booking. I know we have this show, which is the first. Then I think we have mid-November. We have mid-December. So we've got 3 more.
Yeah, so we have Empires headlining in November.
And then
I'm not telling y'all who else is playing. It's gonna be a great show, though.
And December, I mean, we've got there's some big names you're talking about.
Yes.
But that's just 3 shows. We're going to start slow. Next year, I think that you were talking about.
Next year, I want every weekend.
That's right. So we're talking about maybe doing
Works for us.
or every other. I mean, we could do 26 shows. We could do 52 shows. But we have this relationship that we've built with this massive venue that is now understanding the power of rock and roll music, the quality and character of the rock and roll crowd.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
again, and I think that that's incredible. 20,000 square foot venue.
Yeah, and Billy, the other positive thing about Longhorn Ice House, it's its own thing. There's no bottleneck traffic. There's no parking your car 3 blocks away, paying for that parking, having to
You won't
find it
get
at
mugged
midnight
on the way back.
No, it's
No, it's free parking. I mean, go
it's a
online.
lovely venue. The sound is amazing.
The sound is amazing. And so, I mean, this is kind of the evolution of music locally, right? So, and I'm not taking responsibility, but what I'm saying is that when the Eagles switched over, there was a lot of people that were still burnt by when they went off the air.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people talking that they only played the top 20.
It's
songs.
way better now.
You know, listen, I know personally. I mean, our playlist is around 380 deep.
It's amazing.
But if you listen to it bell to bell, right? But more than anything, we're a massive company. I'm sorry, iHeart is a corporate company. It's not a small town. So what we did here was localize the station. We found a venue that can fit our needs. He is 100% not only into doing live music for folks that aren't proven, but bringing proven acts in. He offered you this opportunity to have your own show there. He's not going to charge you for the venue. He's not charging you for the venue.
Right.
He's giving this an opportunity for local music. And the bands that are going to play, and if you're a band, reach out to me, Billy McLeod at iHeart. Reach out to Dwayne. But he'll give bands an opportunity to have a show there because he believes in that. That's how it's come full circle in 5 months. That's how cool it is.
Yeah.
He's a wild dude, though, isn't he?
He's cool. He's cool. So, Joseph, tell me a little bit about your music, man. Anybody that hasn't heard of Out Come the Wolves, tell them what you guys do.
Yeah, I think we kind of sum it up as, with the big Oasis reunion coming up in 2025, that was huge news to us. They're a big influence on us, but the metal and the heavy rock of like Metallica is also a big influence on us. So we call it American muscle with British melodies.
Just kind of
fuse it together, So
Nice.
it's you can sing along to it, a lot of repeatable phrases, but it's got that edge, that distorted guitar edge, lots of pedals, big bass lines, big beats, lots of harmony. So it's the best of both worlds. You know, that real classic American just beef, right? And then those British melodies that they're so famous for.
Absolutely.
It's kind of what we like to do. So it's we actually have a single out right now. It's called One and the Same. It's a great song. I think everybody who's heard it so far, they love it, and it's an amazing song. It's a song about partnership, and when things are going bad is when we all pull together. You know, and so there's a line in it that when we're one and the same when the walls come crashing down. That's when all of our differences, when the walls come crashing down, we seem to unite.
I just got goosebumps, man. The country needs that right now.
That's really cool.
No,
Really
and you know
cool.
when you mention that firepower,
Yeah.
and then those kind of that British beat,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of came all around for me.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, you know that Christina Ray fell in love with you when she
Yeah.
heard you.
Oh.
She's told you that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's one of our.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. But
She's worn our shirt on the air. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I just found
You
out
can
the other
kill
day
me.
she's actually one of my tenants.
No, she is. No, exactly. She is. No, and again, it's so wild that how this all can happen.
Yeah.
Because it was so dark
Yep.
for so long.
Yep.
Literally, you were the hottest act in town at your music venues.
I wouldn't say all that.
Well, no, you had your own place where people could play out. They were playing out there because there was nowhere to play, and it just is what it is. It's what happened, right? I mean, you have what, Tulips in Denton? I mean, Tulips in Fort Worth. You can go out to Denton. You can go to Three Links in Deep Ellum. They're all what, 2,000 square feet?
Right.
I mean, Reno's is one of my favorite places, right? What 1,500 square feet? It just, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
The market's changed. And so you were offering your places for as a venue for people to play, and they were taking advantage of it
Right.
because there was nowhere else to go. And so literally for like 5 or 6 years, Platinum Music Complex was a place that bands could bring people out to play, whether it's North Richland Hills or you had the Atrium for a long time when you first started in Dallas.
Yes.
Right? So you knew, when I was with the Dallas Observer, you kind of knew where this was going.
I was hoping where this was going.
Oh, well.
You've been working.
No.
I've never seen anybody
Hardest
work as
working
hard
man
as
in
this
the
guy
I
right
worked
business.
my ass off.
here. Yes, I can attest to that.
No,
I tell you, when I get, and this Dwayne, this is true, when everybody kind of makes fun of me for posting and coming up with videos and practicing, I see you doing what you're doing. I'm like, if Dwayne's up right now doing something, I got to be up doing something
Hey, man,
right now.
we got to do it.
You know, if you're an owner and you own that situation, you never get tired. You just got work to do.
You know, the thing is that, you know, even opening this restaurant, I got this awesome chef down here, Blythe. So coming into some of the stuff that I've wanted to do, I had coming in this restaurant. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just like tacos
and music.
and music. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And I got introduced to her, and she pretty much runs the place now. But anyways, back to what I was talking about.
Slow smoked meat. Slow smoked meat.
So I mean, my passion has always been music. You know, I'm not out touring, do anything like that anymore. But I still love music. I still want to be a part of it. There's a whole new generation taking over, and it's nice seeing these younger kids that are getting into music. I mean, I don't know if you guys seen Isaiah Foreman, the guy that we endorse. I mean, he's a kid's 16 years old. He's phenomenal. So I mean, it's good to still be a part of that, and I can live vicariously through these new kids that are still doing what I was loving to do for years. And, you know, just getting the opportunity to get over at Longhorn Ice House and promote shows. And it's not just what I love to hear. It's what I want to give some of these bands the opportunity, because original bands don't have anywhere to play anymore.
No.
That's right.
I mean, everything's went to tribute bands, and I've got nothing against you guys. I said that earlier when I was talking with Maddox. I love the tribute scene. I love all the guys in it. They're 99% of them are very good friends of mine. But I like that creativity of original music. I want to hear what you got to say. Not all of it's good. We all know that.
No, but you have to get up on stage to play it to figure out if it's good or not, because guess what? And you know as well as anybody,
Yep.
is that you can practice all you want in a 20 by 20 space. You get up on stage, it's going to sound a little different.
Totally
you need to be able
different.
to work out the kinks. It might be a pause, it might be a tonal change, whatever. The only way you're going to find out how that, because you heard it in your head,
Yep.
you can't get that in a 20 by 20. You've got to project over a crowd, and they got to have somewhere to play. And guess what? That's why open mic nights. That's why the Curtain Club, I keep referring to that
Right.
because Eddie LaMonica, you let people on the big stage, and he let them in the red room.
Yeah.
And you know what? You'd work your way up, but at least you can get out
Right.
there and do it in a big space.
And and again, I've been putting up there on my Facebook post, I'm looking for big bands, draw big crowds. And, I'm not trying to be like, if you suck, you don't get the opportunity. I don't want to sound like that, but we have a venue we're trying to fill up. Like I said, this is our first show we're booking there. This guy, if we don't fill this place up, the guy's not going to keep letting me
Right.
book there.
Oh, we've got him for the end of the year. But
Oh.
if they don't, but if they haven't gotten up yet and they want to test themselves out,
Well,
Hey,
I think for bands have a lot of responsibility. For someone like Dwayne and you, Billy, who give bands like us an opportunity to do this. And I think bands think a lot of times it's just, hey, we need to write songs and we need to go play live, and then they don't do anything to promote it, and they don't invite friends, and they're not on it like you guys are on it. Like we're trying to promote this and go overtime on it because we owe the venues this, we owe you guys this. You just can't say you're a great band and not promote it
Absolutely.
and do all the other work so that we're filling these places up. We get invited back. We can get on for another year after that, and then we can also network with other bands, help each other out, promote together, so that you guys are incentivized as well to do all the work that you're already
Absolutely.
doing for us. We owe that to the whole community.
Absolutely.
but let's talk about accessibility. So not only getting them on stage, right? So Encore Friday nights, if they can't get on, if they're on a 3 band panel for a big night, they can come on Encore Friday night, right? Easy breezy. You can reach out to Encore, Eagle Encore sign up at gmail.com, and just like you guys did.
Right.
But guess what? I mean, $5 to get into Eagle Encore Friday and see 10 bands, or how about $10 to see Messer, Sanction, and Out Come the Wolves? $10 for 3 bands.
So what Billy is saying, if I won't book you, he will.
No, that's right.
And Billy, if you need a band, we'll come and play.
Well,
on
no,
Encore Friday.
guess what? What's great is how about
We'll
this?
help.
How about 10 bands for $5, or how about 3 big name bands for $10?
Hey, and I went out to an
And no
encore. It
traffic.
was actually a really good time.
Oh, you know what was great? This is a good story because Dwayne came out and he brought his booking agent with him for Platinum Music Presents, and it was the first time I met her. And so they had never been to the venue. I've been telling him for 3 months to come out, and he's so busy. I mean, literally doing everything for all of his businesses. He came out. They ate dinner, and then they watched these 10 bands go up one by one. Now, was every single one of them great? No. They're not. But guess what? They all
Some of
got
them
up.
were, though.
They all got up and they all played. And guess what? I mean, the diversity of those events are amazing.
It
And-
was cool.
And at the end, I mean, he was like, "That was awesome," because you don't see it anymore.
Absolutely.
You don't. And that's when it all kind of clicked. So whether you're just getting started and you're following this man, whether you're a client of his, you want to get up on one of these events, come out and practice your stuff. Listen, it's amazing. I just want to hear a little bit more about your evolution story.
Yeah, me too.
Because the fact is, this is your second run through the gauntlet. Heartbreak.
20 years in between.
Heartbreak. Only you kind of yearn for it when it's been gone for a while. But
Yeah.
but I guess you learned the first time around. Now you're going through it again. Tell us a little bit about the second time and what the expectations are, and what you learned and what you're hoping for. Because that's, and again, you're in a different stage of your career now. Now you're
Absolutely.
probably put a little snow cap on it.
Yeah, I think at our season of our life, we obviously learn how to write better songs. That's advantage number one. You also have a little bit more money in your pocket, so you can afford a studio. You can afford better gear. The biggest thing for us was finding the right men, the right people in your group that has the same kind of goals that each other. We don't have to be the same. We don't have to have the same mind, but let's be in the same direction. Finding 5 guys that could make music together, and have a goal of, really, we just wanted to be the most important, biggest band in DFW at some point. And that goal started about a year ago. So we've been taking these steps. You were one of those steps. We played some shows before that. We had an EP that we were mixing and mastering, got the single released in September. So we're just checking off little things, one step at a time in a big, like 12-step program almost. And we're maybe at chapter 3 or 4 right now, and this is one of these steps. So we just want to keep going forward We want to harvest new fans. We want to do what Dwayne's doing and reestablish what rock and roll should be in Dallas. That was kind of our big goal. Is like, man, it's dead. Tribute bands.
Yes.
Again, no disrespect. That's a hard question to answer without disrespecting somebody.
No, man, they got to
But
get paid
absolutely,
somehow.
absolutely, yeah.
And we're not in it. You know, if we get paid, we get paid.
That's right.
The main thing is we want people to hear
Music's
this
a
music.
passion of
It's a
love.
passion. Yeah. We
That's
chase
right.
the passion, not the money.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
These days, it's got to be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so okay, this is a crazy. This is not apples to apples, but so this is like you're throwing down the gauntlet against Emerald City.
Yeah.
Emerald City
Oh, yeah.
band. you
They've
know?
been around forever.
No, Emerald.
And they're good at what they do.
Are you familiar with Emerald City?
Weren't they kind of tied like to Empire and all that?
They were. They're kind of
The singer, right?
They're
Yeah, Bishop
they're a
Booker.
funk band.
Yeah.
Right. But the bottom line is that is an incredible goal.
It, you know, for cover bands and tribute bands, they have their place, right? They do. They do.
Yep.
But I don't think it comes to the sacrifice or diminishing of original bands who want to get out there. Now, original bands, they're hard to find good ones. I get it. There's not a people that work as hard as we do, as hard as Messer does in Sanction. There's some that practice once a month, and you can tell they practice once a month. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
responsibility into if you're gonna say you're the best, you better practice like you're the
Well,
best.
that and the songwriting ability.
The songwriting, and a lot of people don't work on that craft because of the cover tribute situation. They don't spend enough time learning to write for themselves, and they read a rule book on how to write a song, and there is no rule book. You develop a melody, find out what you want to sing about, and then you flush it out with your bandmates, and that's the songwriting process. And you're not trying to copy any other band. You're true to yourself, but if it's not ear candy to us, I don't think it's going to be ear candy to you.
That's true.
It's amazing that you're on the bill with Messer,
Oh,
who is actually
we're honored.
Who are really they've been doing
yeah.
exactly what you've been doing. They know the business. They go all over the country to try and generate that stuff. They've been on the top 50, and they just trying
They're
to
top
break through.
40 right now with that new song.
That's right. I got to 27, I believe.
Yeah.
And the fact is that is it. And I was listening to him explaining on the process by which he tries to get there.
Right.
It's a
lot of work.
It's an alchemist.
It's a lot of stuff
type.
that nobody understands
No,
behind the
they
scenes.
The
do not.
algorithms of everything, you got to know how that works.
No, it's wild. And listen.
And even then, you won't know how it works.
This is true because they don't even know how it works.
And that's the wildest thing, and I don't even know why I'm up here on the stage, except the fact that I got lucky enough to work at 97.1 The Eagle, right? And the fact is that it's an iHeart station. iHeart's a massive company with 860 radio stations. It's one of the knocks here in Dallas that the station hasn't been as local as it needed to be. Well, when the day it flipped, first person I contacted was the folks at Reno's, because it was the smallest place I could find, and I got approved to put together something to localize the station, and everyone said I was crazy. I reached out to you and told you the same thing.
Yes, sir.
The fact is that something needed to happen. Everybody at my radio station said, "What do you think you're doing?" And I had to work my way into that to try and get there. Ultimately, you know what's happening, and this is inside baseball, but our programming director and our director of programming have taken what we've done with what we've already discussed here, and they have sent it up to the corporate office, and they've gotten a hell yeah. They've gotten
That's
a
awesome.
fuck yeah back
Yeah.
from the corporate office, and you've probably seen more social posts
Oh, yeah.
from Christina. You've probably seen more videos, because all of that's been approved by our program director because they like it. Now, would they have blessed it on the front end? Would they have said, "Go, Billy, go"? No, they wouldn't have. But thanks to folks like you and 70 other bands, thanks to sponsors like you, Dwayne, and Nick, we've kind of gotten somewhere with that.
We've got a good thing going right here,
That's right. And it's weird.
and it's just started.
I just think it's weird how it all swings around. That you and I hooked up very early on. Dwayne and I hooked up earlier than that. There was no tit for tat between any of us. I hooked, in the meantime, I got Nick involved at Longhorn Ice House. I'm developing this thing. Didn't really tell Dwayne about it. And ultimately I said, "Dwayne, you got to come check this thing out."
I remember Dwayne's first post when he announced this was happening, and he asked for bands. And there must have been 150 people who
Dude,
commented.
I blew up.
He blew up, and I went, "Well, there's no way, but I'm going to go." And then, if you guys want it, I'm like, wow, okay, all right, we're good. We will return this. We will return this favor.
That's how cool it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think there's something divine there. Whether you
Right.
believe in this, that, or the other, where you believe in Sumer and ancient Mesopotamia, or you're following anything else, I think that there's something divine going on here.
Absolutely.
That is coming back around. And again, I'm biased. I just think some amazing stuff can happen
Yes,
with
sir.
what's going on here. And I want to thank you, Dwayne, for kind of seeing it. I saw the light go on that time that you came out to that show, and I think it's wild that he chose you.
Oh man,
Not even
the
knowing.
stars were aligned.
Not,
man.
no, but not even knowing.
Isn't that crazy? Because you messaged me, you're like, wow, you got on.
No, that's
And-
right.
Really? Yeah, and then he was like, are you gonna play the Rabbit Hole? I mean, we played that song, and he is kind of stuck on that song, and you got to play the Rabbit Hole. You got to post that video.
Well, see, when I'm booking shows, so anybody that knows me knows anything about Platinum, I don't like doing anything ordinary. I mean, even with Platinum, I went above and beyond. I try to build something. So anybody that knows me, they know I have standards. This is what I expect. It's going to be no different with the shows that I book. They're going to be top-notch shows. I'm looking for the best bands around, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to put on good shows. People are going to come out and pay money to go see a show. They want to see a good
Yep.
show, and they want to hear a good show.
Yep.
I know. Listen, and the show is about. It's about when and where. It's about who, right?
Right.
But it's not just those three things. It's about the trust involved. They've got to have some faith to go somewhere, right? And that's the weird thing, is that people are just not going because they've lost faith. They might go.
Absolutely.
They might go brave Deep Ellum and elbow to elbow and deal with some of those those drinking carts with I mean I know it's a little crazy, but I think that we've got the right spot, the right guy, the right owner, and we've got a radio station that is promoting it now because
It's amazing.
yeah, we've got. I mean, and we don't have.
That's amazing too, and there's a lot of trust that goes with that. So I think you just mentioned something about trust. We got to get their trust back.
It's true.
Absolutely.
We do,
Make
man.
this a monthly event at Longhorn Ice House, because you're going to put 3 quality bands up, $10 to see that.
Yeah.
Great venue, great sound, great space.
Oh, yeah.
Drinks. The food is really good actually.
Food is great.
is
It's
really
phenomenal.
good.
Service is phenomenal.
And
There's
we're
just a lot to do.
And we're still going to be doing Longhorn
Encores Fridays.
Encore Friday nights. So we'll be doing the Encore Friday nights every 2 weeks, and then we're going to be doing.
So then I'll get all their other Fridays.
Listen, you and I both know what we're trying to work here, right? Listen, I got you in. Listen, there's a guy that's been booking shows there for a couple of years that's kind of entrenched, and you got to
Hey,
give me.
I know.
You got to give me credit here. I sat across this guy with this guy right here. So this guy's across the table, and he basically owned the venue. I'm sitting with the owner, and I told him what was going down, and I said to the guy who had been booking for 2 years, I said, "We're going to defer to you because this is your venue."
You
And
did too.
No, I said, "We're going to work around your schedule because you're the most important thing to Nick." And then I said, "But we're going to take."
So this is a true story.
I said, "We're
No
going to
embellishment.
take everything else. We're just going to fill in the gaps," which means 26 to 52 shows a week.
No, we're gonna have a good time out
So
there.
how'd you
We're
enjoy
gonna-
your vacation, Dwayne? Because it's probably going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
while.
Dude, I had
How
an
was
amazing
Vegas?
time.
How was
yeah,
Vegas?
yeah. I forgot about that one. So, man, speaking of iHeartRadio, they hooked me up.
Oh, come on.
Man, we went out to Vegas. I don't even remember how many days I spent out there. It was a long time. But we had a good time, man. We had a VIP Friday, Saturday night to the iHeart Music Festival. The first night I didn't know I had free food and free drinks
Come on.
because I was in the wrong damn spot.
He did. But you did see the
Saturday I figured it out.
You did, see, but you got to see the what? Black Crows.
Dude, they let us in early. We got to go in like 3 hours early before the show, watch
got
the sound check.
Sound check for Black Crows, bro.
Dude, it was an amazing time. The strip will wear you out, but we had a great time.
I'm glad you enjoyed Vegas. I'm glad you enjoyed, and you know what?
Hey, and the iHeart Music Festival was phenomenal. If you've never been, I'd highly recommend it. It was a great time. The show was phenomenal. The way they did the stage, I've never seen it before. It was So they had this round stage with a curtain down the center. One band's playing, the other band's in the back setting up. You never even know it. The stage turns, next band's already set up. They come on to start playing. I mean, there's like no downtime.
That is incredible. And listen, I didn't have. We got you one day. You got you day 2 because of you.
Yeah, that was kind of an accident.
No, that was you. No, the
Dwayne
girl's like,
being
Dwayne,
Yeah.
we need you in here. It was like, no, it was like you are the flavor.
Yeah,
You know?
it was fun. We had a blast. And hold on, I'm trying to remember her name now. Jess, the girl that hooked me up with the
Jess
VIP.
at iHeart corporate office in New York.
So
So all
she-
the people hate. Come
Yeah.
on, Jess is
so
the
she
one.
she got me the VIP. He got me the VIP through her. Well, so that was for only Friday night. I didn't know it for Saturday. I had the badges, but you had to have a ticket too. So she happened to be in the ticket booth Saturday night when I was trying to get in. They wouldn't let me in. She goes, "Hold on a second." She went and got me tickets and got me in.
Said, come on with it. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Hey, we'll see y'all later.
Hey, thanks for coming
Love you,
out.
Deb.
No, I'm glad you got to go.
Yeah, so anyways, we're going to have a good show next week. I don't want to keep
Absolutely.
tying this up, man. We have let me see who we got right here. We got somebody coming up here real quick.
Taylor Stokes.
Tyler Stokes
Tyler
band,
Stokes.
man. They're about to hit this stage, so we need to get out of the way. Joseph,
Dwayne.
it's been a blessing. I'm looking forward to the show next
We
week.
are too. Thank you so much.
Man, Billy, I appreciate everything you've done for me and Platinum Music Complex.
Thanks,
and
Billy.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. Pleasure being involved with both
Hey.
these guys. Come on out next week. Longhorn, Ice House, next Friday. And it's going to be incredible. You can find information at a number of different places. You can go to the Facebook page for Platinum Music Complex. You can go to the Facebook page for Outcome the Wolves.
Yes. Sanction the band. Sanction Incorporated. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Sanction Incorporated. But listen, the bottom
then
line is
Messer.
you can get there early. Doors open at 7 o'clock. It's $10 in advance. You can buy them online. $15 at the door. Come on out, eat some good food, hang with friends, see 3 badass bands
Yes.
in a venue that is gonna blow your mind. And thanks for putting it together,
And if
brother.
you're not doing anything tonight, we got the Tyler Stokes band coming up out here at Rock Tacos and Spark Sports Bar out here in North Richland Hills. So anybody out here in North Richland Hills, come on by. Tarrant County, come on out, man. We got the drinks cold. The music's going to be good. The tacos are flipping amazing. Dallas-Fort Worth, you keep rocking. Wherever you're at out there, keep supporting local music. We love you guys, and keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thanks, guys.